Hey YouTube, CatmanAwesome9 here, with a quick update and a quick little new deck profile for you guys. My update is to my Light Swarms. I added a Chaos Sorcerer over the Arcus, so I have more big monsters I can make that can banish. That's the whole point. Uh, and I just fixed this deck because I just tried to film this, but I made my Destiny Monarch deck, and it's pretty good. It's not chaos based, like it was chaos based, so I had to change it a whole bunch, and I wanted to take out some things that were just becoming dead draws and not helping me ever. So to start off, I have the Destiny Hero Engine, one Doomlord because I can use him to drop for Destiny draw, and he's kind of like a little BLS. Two Dasher because when he's in the grave, I can special summon when I draw a monster, and he's decent attacker if I have to use him. 2 Mally, de-draw target, and banish special summon to tribute with. The Monarch engine, we're running 2 Light and Darkness Dragon, because it's like the ultimate anti-meta negation. 2 Jinzos, because this deck can make it really fast and I don't run any traps. 3 Caius, because he's the best Monarch. 2 Razia, because he's the second best Monarch, and he puts your opponent's cards back on top of their deck, so you can really mess some stuff up. And I do run 2 Mobius because I do like Mobius a lot. He's my first ever Monarch, and I just love his effect because you can... His is optional, so his is pretty awesome. So if you know they have a Starlight Road set, you don't have to use his effect, and you know, you can only target... You can target 1 if you want, so you don't even have to target 2. You can just be like, oh, there's 1 I want. Which is awesome. Then on to just like the random dark engines, or dark stuff, and random engine, or random stuff. That just really works really well with this deck. So 1 Dark Arm Dragon, because you do have a lot of darks and some pretty good graveyard control. 1 Sangan, because I can do whatever I want with Sangan, and I can still get a search pretty much. I can creature swap him, and then sack your monster, make a Monarch, and then attack over Sangan. You'll take the damage, and then I search with Sangan. It's always a good play. 2 Battle Faders, because Fader is another card that'll hit the field, and I can tribute it for... and Monarch, and those are Starfoils, pretty nice. Aiden's Battle Phase keeps me from getting killed really fast because this deck can be kind of slow. 2 Cyber Dragons, because Cyber Dragon is... this card should be run on a lot more Monarch decks, if you ask me, because especially Monarch Chaos. I'm pretty sure it gets ran in there, but if it doesn't, it should be. I know that they can just Fortress, or Chimera Tech, or whatever it is, Mocking, or the Fortress Dragon, they can still take it and contact with it if they want, but there's no other machines in the deck than Jinzo. And, you know, just keep Jinzo and Cyber Dragon separate. It's not that hard to do. You sack your Cyber Dragon for a Jinzo if you have to. You know, Cyber Dragon, though, is just really good because you can hit the field and just be like, oh, it's cool. You just special summon a monster, or you just drop Thunder King. Oh, it's cool. Cyber Dragon gets over Thunder King. Negate his effect. Oh, it's fine, because now you put a light in my grave. Not that I have any Chaos monsters in here. Which I might put a Chaos Sorcerer back in here. We have 1 Gores. Again, that anti-meta stomp attack negation. And 2 Trags, because, again, when you take battle damage, drop him. He's a good shield. If you don't have many cards in your hand, then you could sack him for like a Caius. Or if you have a lot of cards in your hand, because this deck can get kind of cloggy with stuff in your hand, you can just drop this on the field and then use his effect to start ditching your monsters to take their strong monsters, which is awesome. On its spells, we have the staples. We have the Monster Reborn, the Book of Moon, the Dark Hole, and the Heavy Storm, because these cards are essential for really wrecking other decks. I do run 3 MST in this deck. This is the first deck I've run 3 MSTs in since Giant Trunade was legal. So, it's been a while, but... no, because then MST was back at 2 then, and then once they put it up at 3, I ran it at 3 in like 2 decks, and I was always drawing it and never needing it, so... but it is a quick play, so I can set it even if I don't need it, and I'm not running frogs, so I don't have to worry about that. 2 Creature Swap, because I can Creature Swap my Jinzo, or I can Creature Swap for Sangins, distribute summon Jinzo, destroy your monster, and I don't have to worry about anything. I can Creature Swap with Battle Faders, I can Creature, and like drop Caius off of your monster, banish the Battle Fader, you take 1,000 damage. You know, it's a sweet little card in this deck. 1 Pot of Avarice, 1 Allure of Darkness, and 3 Destiny draw for our draw engine. Because this deck can be very slow and doesn't draw very fast, but when you can speed up that draw, like in any way, and I was tempted to put Diamond Dude in here, considering that, let's see here, well, yeah, I could still do it. I mean, all but 4 of my spells are quick play. I might put Diamond Dude in here. Let me think real quick. I might have to do this again. I just did this, and I ended the video because I went over time, but I have 10 minutes, so if I find those, I might do that real quick. Trying to think of cards that could come out, like, what would I take out, though? Like, what? You know, Sangan, maybe? No, I like Sangan. I'd drop a Mobius for a Diamond Dude, and drop a well, no, Rozzy is only good at 2. I could drop a... Because I want to keep the Doom Lord, because I want to have, like, infinite targets, so I don't have to worry about dead drawing it, and I don't want to run Stratos right now for some weird reason. We'll go ahead. You know what? No, because 1 Diamond Dude, then it's like, what's the point? Diamond Dude Turbo, you have to have 2 Diamond Dudes, or it doesn't turbo. We could drop a Cyber Dragon, because, like I said, Contact. Or a Genzo, because we do have other negation cards in this deck. We have Lad, 2 Lads. But with 2 Genzo, 2 Lad, you really shut down a lot of decks. Huh. I like Cyber Dragon more than Fader. Yeah, I'm gonna drop a Fader. I'll look for those real quick then. Let me think. Oh, then those would be in here. Ha! I figured out why this tin was still out and why it was important. Because I put my Diamond Dudes and random stuff in that I showed you guys yesterday in this tin. Or I found it in this tin, one or the other. And it'd probably put it right back in, because that's how I roll. That's how I get all the ladies, you know. I don't get ladies. I feel sad, like, all the time, because I just can't find a girlfriend. But of course, I'm the nerdy, dorky kid at the back of the class with long hair who doesn't talk to girls, so that doesn't really help my chances now, does it? The reason I say whatever I want is because this is the internet, so I don't care. I don't care. It's the internet. To steal a famous line from everybody's favorite PewDiePie. I like PewDiePie. I think that majority of the internet likes him because he is a very funny person. Because he's just plain silly. Not like necessarily there's 1 Diamond Dude. I mean, he's not like necessarily like it's kind of silly I'm thinking of. He's not like Monty Python silly, but not that, you know, that's the only kind of good silly. But he's not necessarily Monty Python silly. Oh yeah, you can't tribute with mind control. I was gonna say, oh, what the heck? Why am I not running mind control when I can just take their mind? Oh, you can't tribute with it. Something to remember with mind control. It's only good for synchrocentric and Xyz-centric decks. Do not plan to run decks that are just uber too slow, and they only tribute summon, like Monarchs. Yeah, I'll run 2. Because they are Destiny, they are D-draw targets, and I can just... Part of me wants to take out, like, two of the MSTs and run, or one of the MSTs and run, like, a couple good spells and stuff, but, like... Not that those aren't good spells, but... down. Oh, look, I can do another card to show you guys. Diamond Dude, which I showed you guys yesterday, but his effect, I can reveal a top card on my deck, and if it's a normal spell card, I send it to the graveyard. Otherwise, I put it on the bottom of my deck. During the main phase of the next turn, I activate the effective spell card and my graveyard, even if I no longer control this card. So, since that means, like, creature swap. So, like, it can't, I don't think that it can be negated necessarily because it isn't a spell, or I don't think it can be solemned because it's not a spell or a... I think it's a monster effect, and it's technically it can activate anywhere. It activates no matter what, so it's like, oh, no, it's cool, because I'm going to go ahead and win. No, it's cool. I just milled creature swap. Oh, next turn I win. Because I'm going to be able to sack your monster no matter what you want. And make Genzo. Now I have to worry about your traps. Hey, look. Okay, I'm going to sample hand this deck. Like, from here you can see there are already, like, so many options. Like, I could summon Diamond Dude, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I summon Diamond Dude, right? Diamond Dude effect, reveal. It's Gores. Then it goes at the bottom of my deck, which does kind of suck because I just lost my Gores, right? But that's cool because I can set this MST. And in my turn, if he kills Diamond Dude, he kills Diamond Dude. And I can MST on his end phase, and I get to draw Dark Armed. And since I would have probably dropped Trag anyway, too, so just remember that. I probably would have special summoned Trag in defense. Then I probably would have been like, oh, that's cool, Heavy Storm. It's just, switch to it, and then just leave him in, and then I would have been like, sack for Razia. Put your card on top of your deck, attack directly, next turn draw. Trying to decide now. Because see, then you get hands like this, where you just have to attack with Razia until he gets rid of Razia. And then you can, like, sack for Caius and banish, and then you can be like, oh, it's cool, Destiny draw, Doom Lord, I'm going to draw 2. Draw Jinzo, draw Cyber Dragon. Which is really good, because since I haven't normal summoned this turn, I would probably sack him to summon Jinzo. Well, no, I couldn't do that yet. I would have to first, because I've already got 3, special summon Dark Armed out of my hand, sack Caius for Jinzo, so I don't have to worry about his traps going off, so I can just be like, banish Diamond Dude, pop your spell or trap card, or just pop your monster and attack with both, and then, like, no matter what you do, you set a monster. That's cool. That's a cool story, bro. I'm just going to go ahead and keep killing your stuff until I draw something I can really plus off of. There's Light and Darkness Dragon, which I could plus off of. There's MST. I'd go ahead and pop back row probably if I had it, just to do it. There's Caius. Book of Moon, which I would set. Allure Darkness, which I would activate. I would draw Jinzo. Dasher. And I'd probably banish off the Dasher because it's the least useful card in my hand, to be honest. Oh, no, I take that back because I could still D-draw with that. So I'd probably banish Jinzo because I've already got a Jinzo on the field. I'd drop D-draw, drop Dasher, draw 2 more, draw a Dasher and a Dark Hole. And then I get to end my turn, and next turn when I draw, a Dasher effect, special summon Sangan, sack Sangan to normal summon a Caius. Caius effect to banish. Sangan's effect activates because it is mandatory, so it never misses the timing. And I can grab Battle Fader, Diamond Dude, Mally, which I've already used, what, 2D draws? Yeah, so, I mean, it's a pretty decent deck, and it can set up for really big plays if you can get the plays to the field, but you have to be able to get that field presence. So it's the same reason that Monarchs have always been, like, a really fun deck and a really good deck, but never been able to top. I kind of thought that maybe it'd be fun to run a build with, like, let's sample this again, because I do this a lot. I sample hands all the time. Allure Darkness? Heck yeah. Draw 2. Where's that second Mally? I'm going to have to banish. Oh, I could banish Mally, actually. Yeah, that wouldn't be a terrible plan, because I'm not going to really... Well, better off to banish Dasher, actually, because I'm going to want that Mally. Diamond Dude effect. Destiny draw, so next turn I get to draw 2 cards during my main phase, because I can activate. It is optional, but I will still do that. Set 2. In my turn, if he summons a monster, it's a Book of Moon. My turn, draw. Destiny draw, because I activate the effect of that spell card. I don't activate the cost. Discarding a Destiny hero is a cost. So I just get to draw 2. And look, I should have banished Mally. That's okay, though. We'll set again. We'll sack for Jinzo. And then I have 1 dark in my grave. So I'm getting there. And then I get to attack and then draw. Pop. Pop. I'll just go ahead and pop any back row he's got because I just don't want him sitting there on anything. Then we will we'll probably set him and we'll just attack again. Just see what he does. If he doesn't kill it, I'm going to sack it and drop Caius and banish his monster. And the next turn I'm going to sack Caius for Caius and banish again. Special summon Dark Armed. You know, and then we've got basically the same field. D-draw. You know, and we've already normal summoned, so we just have to end our turn on that. And the next turn, the Diamond Dude. So we're going to normal summon Diamond Dude and Diamond Dude effect, and it's Light and Darkness, which is fine with me. I don't care, because you lose anyway. Because I'm just going to go ahead and banish all the darks out of my grave, pop all your stuff, and I have overgame on the field right now. So, I mean, that's where this deck shines. It just, Jinzo plus Monarchs can just dominate. He really can. He shuts down a lot. So, that's something to take into consideration if you ever feel like building a Monarch deck. Throw in Jinzos, because you're probably not going to be running very many traps anyway. So this has been Catman Awesome 9. See you guys on the flip side. Later.